This is your prime time forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College and the 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
How to do, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome to your Friday. Time now for your primetime forecast for Friday, October 4th, 2024 on Dr. Don's Weather. Thank you, Estate Masters, Lawn, Land, and Tree, for being a partner with us here on Dr. Don's Weather. If you have storm damage you need cleaned up in your yard, or if you're looking for some landscaping, these guys do a fantastic job. Get in touch with Holly at 334-744-2616 across East Alabama and West Georgia. It's Estate Masters, Lawn, Land, and Tree. You can check them out on Facebook as well. Also, make sure you got your ducks in a row with Dukas at 256-831-7770. Jamie can handle your business, your commercial, and your personal insurance in Alabama and in Georgia. In most cases, he can save you money and increase your coverage. Get in touch with Jamie Dukas today. There is a link at the top of the video. Let's talk about some weather for today. Yeah, kind of a tranquil setup here. We do have some moisture streaming up out of the Gulf of Mexico. We have a cold front coming down from the northwest that will stall well north of Alabama, and we have a dominant easterly breeze coming off the Atlantic. So it's kind of a game going on here as to which system can get in here first. There is a possibility we could see a few scattered showers today. Even a rumble of thunder can't be completely ruled out this afternoon, but I think it's all gone by the time we play football. Slight chance of showers today, best chance south of I-85, and mild weather will continue to be the dominant feature as we head into your next week. Looking at the tropics, folks, there's so much nonsense out there on social media. Please don't pay attention to it, and please don't share it. There is a graphic that was the final track of Hurricane Helene last week that folks are posting and saying that it's another storm coming. That is nonsense. As my granddaddy used to say, it's hogwash. Not true, and that's fear-mongering, and it's just absolutely horrible that folks would do that, given the situation we still are dealing with in Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida. It's just horrible out there, and so don't share this stuff. If you see something on Facebook, you got to question it. I mean, you just do. And that's all of social media. So be real careful. Only trust weather information from those trusted sites. So here's the deal. We do still have that area of disorganized showers taking place in the Gulf of Mexico. It has not formed into anything just yet. It could make depression status. It could even make tropical storm status. But with the steering currents currently in place across the United States, this most likely would push this storm down into central or southern Florida. This should not be an issue for Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, or North Carolina. Now, maybe Central and South Florida will receive a lot of rain from this as we head into the weekend and the first part of next week, but it should not affect those areas that were affected so bad with Hurricane Helene. So keep that in mind. We do have a couple of hurricanes out in the Atlantic. Those are going to turn off to the north and eventually northeast, so no worries there. Current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms and 5 Points, Alabama. Currently 68 degrees. It feels like 68. Wind out of the northeast at 1, occasionally gusting to 4. Humidity is 97%. The barometric pressure at 30.15. Dew point 67. The high yesterday was 84.3. We currently have fair skies. Sunrise at 6:39, and the sun sets this evening at 6:23 p.m. It's going to be be a mostly cloudy day. A sprinkle or two possible after lunch. We could even have a shower or perhaps even a rumble of thunder. But again, I think most of this is gone by the time we play football tonight. I cannot guarantee you that there is a 0 chance of precipitation at your ball game, but it's going to be very low, less than a 15% chance at most locations. 77 will be your high in Roanoke, 78 in Ashland, 79 in LaGrange, and 78 degrees this afternoon down in Auburn. Here is your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. 20% chance of a shower today, maybe a thunder shower as well. 77 will be the high, down to 63. For your weekend, Saturday, 82, mostly sunny. On Sunday, beautiful sunshine, 82. We'll maintain that forecast on Monday. That cold front will come sweeping through on Tuesday. Right now, it looks like a moisture-starved cold front, so we're not looking at an abundance of rain. 77 your high. And then on Wednesday, we're looking at mostly sunny skies and 74 degrees. Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar. We are picking up a few echo returns across East Alabama, and we will show you what that looks like. We'll zoom in a little bit close for you. Up there on Clay and Randolph, maybe on Highway 48. Stretching back toward Lake Wedowee, we probably have some precipitation making it to the ground there. The real light green probably isn't making it to the ground. We'll zoom back out and show you that the better concentrated areas of light rain this morning are along and south of the I-85 corridor, and I think that's where the best chances will remain throughout the day. All of this is coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. It's just some showers. There's nothing tropical to this at all. You'll see some heavier rains along the Alabama Gulf Coast back over toward Panama City, and that continues along the northern Gulf Coast all the way back into Texas. But again, this will probably stay, the bulk of it will stay south of I-85. That front coming in from the northwest should shun this stuff back out into the Gulf of Mexico by the time we get into late afternoon and this evening across the area. That's why I do not anticipate a major problem at high school football across East Alabama or West Georgia this evening. Still a very horrible situation continuing across the southeastern United States and what will become the worst natural disaster to ever happen east of the Mississippi. There's just no question about that. We still have hundreds of people missing up in North Carolina, and the death toll unfortunately topped 200 yesterday, and I expect it will go even higher than that before all is said and done. So keep all the folks in the hurricane track area in your thoughts and in your prayers. There's a lot of anger out there this morning because of the response by FEMA. And folks, I've got a lot of experience with that. I worked for the state GEMA for a long time, and I can tell you that in those counties in Georgia, and I can only speak for Georgia, I don't know exactly what's going on up in North Carolina other than it's horrible. But I can tell you that in the state of Georgia, in those counties that were declared disaster areas, which Governor Kemp had to beg the president to add a few more counties to it. He originally had asked for 90. I think he got 11 on the original request, and then he went back begging for more, and I think they got it up to around 40 or 42 now. But that's still a third of the counties that need assistance that have not been declared by the president just yet. Oh, where is he? Anyway, there are FEMA representatives in those counties that have been declared. So FEMA is on the ground in Georgia. I would expect that to be the same case in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida. Was the response slow? Yeah, it may appear that way, but you got to understand FEMA is not the emergency response and recovery agency. FEMA's more of a long-term recovery. So they're typically not on the ground the morning after. It's typically 3 or 4 days after. Now, there are a lot of questions as to whether or not that's the way it should be, and that is certainly open for debate and argument. But just understand that's the way it is right now. You know, we saw kind of the same thing happen during Katrina, and you would think we would have learned our lesson by now. We send billions and trillions of dollars to help other countries around this world, yet we have people right here in the southeastern United States that have not received any help whatsoever. It's just mind-boggling. And I try my best not to get political on Dr. Don's weather, because that's not what this podcast is all about. This is about weather for East Alabama and West Georgia. But doggone it, somebody's got to do something. There's got to be a change in the way we handle our own country. And you can read between the lines on what I'm saying. All right. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning. We'll have another broadcast for you. We'll give you the weather forecast for the remainder of the week. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning right here on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been your prime time forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your prime time forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.